Welcome in, Power Hour Flow and Charts. Know the deal by now. Feel free to drop ticker requests. We'll look at flow. Any other questions, we'll kind of take a peek at the Market Tide Periscope as well. I have to push one more quick thing out here, and then we will officially get started here. All right, let's see. Alright, just wanted to pop that out there. Okay. Alright, yeah, let's take a peek at the market tide first. Sitting kind of flat now. All of our put premiums and call premiums are sitting bid side right now. Volume pretty flat on both ends there, so just I'm expecting some chop, just kind of seeing this tide right now. Can make sense seeing people unwinding their calls and puts here. Obviously, there's been a lot of volatility in the market. Smart traders probably aren't swinging big positions overnight, so that could be a little reason why we are seeing those premiums kind of trail bid side right now. SPY is getting a lot of kind of net call premium. Let's just kind of take a peek at this. So yeah, a lot of net call premium there. Puts kind of trailing off there. Let's take a peek here. Yeah, I mean, SPY's getting a lot of net call premium here, and put premiums in bid side. That is interesting. I was just kind of looking on a 14. Oh yeah, you're seeing a lot of kind of net call premium come in there. Interesting. That's our biggest day, at least in the last 14 sessions, and 30 days out. Yeah, we haven't had this much call premium. I mean, since like January. That's something to keep an eye on there. Yeah, no, I sold my IREN calls. I am not swinging nothing overnight right now. I'll take it with a day. I'll just kind of day trade some stuff for right now. I am definitely okay taking 20%, 30% intraday moves right now. I'm the risk to reward with swinging not really there yet for me. Oh, excuse me. Those SPY call premiums, though, that's definitely interesting there. I'm curious to see about that. That's definitely interesting. Let's take a look at Periscope here quick too. So we are sitting right on that 68.30 positive gamma here. There, long calls there. You got some short calls right above here at that negative. Doesn't seem like we really want to get over this area right now. Got some positioning down here, some long put positioning there. Then you got some short puts there. I don't expect a huge move this afternoon anymore. I mean, we've trended up very nicely. I mean, you can see those put premiums just kind of tailing off here on the tide, and call premiums, I mean, still bid side, but that negative volume slightly improving, and just kind of call premiums just kind of tickling their way up a little bit there, giving us kind of a little rise there. I mean, that's almost the same setup as, not the same, I was going to say, well, the move up is pretty much the same setup as yesterday, but premiums yesterday, I mean, you're getting ask side calls there and bid side puts. So at least yesterday, I mean, it kind of went in tandem with the price. Today, not so much, but you did see those put premiums cool on that negative volume improve there. Yeah, let's see. Oh, let's close this up. I need to kind of clean up some of my tabs. I always have too many tabs open. Yeah, those IREN calls here, those, I mean, I got a nice move there. It was dipping as I was buying that. I kind of got in here about that. The more kind of higher threes there, and I mean, I sold them up here. I am not swinging those, but good little move there. And then those CVX calls I gotta find right now. I'm having an issue with contract saving right now, so I'm have to come back in here and find that CVX. Where were you? I don't want to have to search you. I'm lazy. All right, we'll just search it. Yeah, we had the CVX puts there, and new low of the day on those right now. Not really seeing any movement on the contract though. Nobody's probably trading it. The close was 253. Let's just take a peek in the broker. So the 320, 182.5. So 320, 280. Nope, that's not correct. 182.5. 182.5. Yeah, so I mean you can see a little wider spread there on those, but should be green if you took those. Man, I am all over the place today for the clicks. But yeah, I mean those should be seeing green here. I mean you're pretty much at the low of the day, so just nobody's really trading that contract, so you're not really seeing an update. But good flow on this one too. I mean just the way that came in and oops, let's see. Man, I'm ready for the weekend already. IV spikes when it comes in, spots filling at the ask, just following this up. Looks good, looks good. IV increase here at the end. And another IV increase there, and technically an ascending fill. So, I mean, good textbook flow there. And, oh yeah, that thing is making new lows there. I mean, that contract should be up. And then, yeah, the iron, I want to go over there too again. I mean, good textbook flow here again too. Little high on the IV, but, I mean, nice spike in that IV there. Spots filling at the ask. Little IV drop there, but we recover here. Looks good. It's printing, so I mean, two decent pieces of flow intraday here. Yeah, I have to see how those play out. I closed out of those. I was not swinging anything if I don't have to. All right, let's see. Let's take a peek. That's a big bid-ask spread there. So the 3,620 put here. Do these overlap earnings? Yes, they do. Of course they do. We'll look at it for fun though. So this one, okay, that's not our first trade. Yeah, I mean, IV drops and then it pops there. That's a wide bid-ask spread there. IV stays up, IV stays up. Yeah, I mean, earnings flow too. We can look at the historical earnings move though. That is always something fun to look at. Earnings, yeah, I mean, it's been a negative move there for the most part on earnings. Let's see, so 10 and a, about a little less than 10.5% implied move there. I mean, that thing has typically had negative earnings, so again, earnings 100% going to be a gamble, but always interesting to kind of look at it. Yeah, let's KR. Certain contract or just kind of the overall flow there, Pipsy. I thought I saw some KR flow actually, or maybe I'm thinking of something else with a K. I don't know. Hey, I'm just crazy. All right, we'll see what we got here. Let me. Oops. KR. So let's see. Premiums pretty much in tandem there. Let's just kind of pop this out 14 days. Not seeing too much premium wise there. Really? Dang. The earning as we just were looking at earnings flow a second ago, but I I don't know. Sometimes it'll overlap earnings, and I don't like playing earnings. It's too risky for me. Um, yeah, we could Bean drop that in the drop those two in here because I'm checking out KR here quick, and then we can look at those. I need something to look at because there's not much for flow coming in. Um, so Pipsy, to answer your question here, so it looks like I'm gonna guess without clicking on it first that potentially these two are related. I just want to see. Nope, they're not. I probably could have just looked at the size there and assumed that. I mean, it was only 300 contracts, but that 320.62 and a half put again a lot of action here. 10% out of the money. Does this overlap earnings? Does this overlap earnings? So this, I mean, oh yes, it does. So earnings in 2 days on this. Whoops, there we go with the earnings flow. Um, so Ivy spikes technically on those. I lean that they're buys here. Obviously, earnings, anything can happen. We'll just quick look at that earnings move here and then let's see earnings. How have we performed earnings? And it's averaged a move of a little over 2.5%. And I mean, just kind of looking at it, when it beats that implied move, it beats it to the upside too. So I don't like those puts. I mean, they're 17 days out. Who knows if it's earnings related? That's kind of the thing that sucks. I'm gonna just do a quick dive in here and see if I can find anything that's opening potentially here for you. Ooh, there's not much on this. Is there seriously not that much traded on there? Yeah, there. I mean, that's a very lightly traded name. Yeah, no, see that's exactly why we look at it though. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing much for high level premiums or anything, and you can see my filters are wide open here. I would probably say stay away from that with earnings. Good luck though. I mean, it's that's the point of the stream. I mean, there's people that watch the streams that aren't in them, so I mean, it's something good for them to see. But all right, let's do APP and then Dino. All right, I'm gonna copy these in. It looks like your link's not working, so I'm going to just do the executive decision and just pop them in here. I need to clean a couple of these up. I need to keep that in there though. Just that's. Oh hey, did they? Oh man, I love Snorlax so much. I asked him this weekend if he could put. I gotta take a screenshot of this and I gotta tell him thank you because I asked him if he could do that ask side and bid side percent on there. I love you. I love Snore. I love you so much, Snore. You are the best. Um, and you'll see because I was holding off on making a video on. I'll show you guys after this. I'll show you guys. You guys can get a little preview here. Let me just look up these quick too for being here. App. Yeah, I mean, it like you said too. It looked really really good. It was just the 3 days and everything going on. You don't want to get caught in something like that. But yeah, I mean, flow looked great here. Great read by you, Bean. I mean, IV increases when it comes in. Spot is filling at that ask. IV stays up. Little drop here towards the end, but that spot's still kind of filling at that 390. And I know when you sent that too, you could see kind of that bid and mid side there. I I just probably would have been cautious on them. Obviously, 3 days out, didn't want to swing anything overnight. Um, a little far out of the money for 3 days, but I mean they moved 390. I mean 473. That's a good strong move on there. Yep. No, exactly. And I was just talking about that too before you popped in. I snagged those. I gotta come back here. Sorry. I snagged those IREN calls earlier, and I got a little discount because it was dropping there. I sold. I'm not swinging overnight. I'm not crazy. I am not swinging overnight. I mean, I went very, very lightly if I had to swing overnight, but the intention was to, if I see green, I'm getting out same day. But yeah, those apps. I mean, good little run on those. I just a little scary out 7% out of the money and weeklies and knowing that we've been kind of gapping. But nope, good find there, and I mean good example there of the IV not always increasing and the the flow making a move in the direction. All right, let's look at the dinos. Dinos, so 12% out of the money, 17 days out. No multi-leg, good there. Little volume yesterday. I just want to see how that looked. Yeah, that's nothing unusual about that yesterday. And just kind of looking at that history, yeah, I mean, whatever came in today, definitely opening volume, it looks like. I just like to double check when there's some previous volume, but let's look at these. So these, okay, we have, let's see, so started about, we'll say 9:31:04. I mean, that timing is pretty much right there. So again, one of those where kind of understanding that context there. So 9:31:04, we had a couple trades before that, but IV spikes when it comes in. Again, we don't know 100% for sure if this is the same whale, but look at our timing, 9:31:04, 9:31:11. 8-second difference. What are the odds that somebody is hitting them all consecutively like this and it's not the same person? You got more contracts 6 seconds later too. Odds are in the favor that it's probably the same person. Now let's look at the actual flow here. So it started to come in 9:31:04. It looks like IV spikes there. Looks good. It's IV is at that 51.98. Spot is at the bid, but that doesn't mean it's bad. IV spikes then when it switches to the ask there, so you have a spot price increase, so ascending fill here. I'm just following this up, Spots continuing to fill the ask. A little wide bid ask spread there, but let's just keep watching. Little drop there. Again, 12 contracts, not a huge deal, and it's only a penny below there. IV stays up, spots continuing to fill the ask for the most part. Small drop in that IV here again, about 6 seconds later, and I'm kind of looking at the price here as well too. I mean, price is about 30 cents there, so I mean, what I'd kind of like to see at that point is maybe the IV at least stay the same or a small increase. I don't like how that price is going up and that IV's increasing, but then 50. Oh no, I read that wrong. I was gonna say then it increased there. Nope. So the 53.78. Again, just kind of following that timing. I mean, that timing is very, very peculiar. And then you have a big floor trade here. It looks like, and that IV really spikes and looks like it's filling up that 55 there. So it's counting it as a mid fill. That one is it's interesting. I like how that spikes here when that big floor trade comes in. It's saying it's neutral, but I mean, we've mostly been coming in at the ask. Just kind of one of those ones that I'd keep an eye on. Do we have anything else on Dino today? I like that Ivy spike on that floor there. Oh boy, and then you had that massive spike yesterday in call premium too. I just want to see what came in yesterday. That 45 day was getting hit. Oh yeah, you're getting a lot of that. Yeah, a lot of that. Ooh, man, I can't move today. What is going on with my mouse? 90. Yeah, those moved up. Looks like they're still in. 55. Yeah, those are still in. Oof, I think you might have found a really good hidden gem one here, being that's a definitely interesting flow. I don't want to see what else is coming in today. Tuesday. So you had the 320.55. So it looks like some of that kind of came in yesterday. I just want to double check that open interest tomorrow. Could be some profit taking there. That's 60. Was that the one that we were looking at? Yes, the 60. Yeah, I mean that's definitely interesting. Just kind of based off the other flow that we got yesterday too. I I would say I like this, and then you do have the massive spike in that net call premium. Again, doesn't happen overnight, but price will tend to eventually come up and fill the so-called gap at some point. So something to kind of be aware of with all that flow. Like yesterday's flow, I can't believe none of that hit my filter yesterday. I mean, that is a ton of ask side. I mean, this is definitely an interesting one. Yeah, I mean, where's that other one? 100%, 55. Yeah, I mean, all of this. Well, this one's a little trickier to kind of see, but yeah, I mean, most of that flow is. I would lean BTO. When do they have earnings on this? Earnings May 7th. Just kind of looking. I mean, for the most part, besides a couple. No, kind of some mixed results here for earnings. Yeah, that's definitely something interesting I would keep an eye on for sure. Definitely a good piece of flow there. Let's see, and then let's do the nice here. Nice 135. So 10% out of the money, plenty of time. 24% of the total premium there. Definitely opening volume. Pricey contract. Very pricey contract. Um, let's take a peek here. So IV spikes when it comes in. Spots filling at the ask. Little drop there, but one contract, not a big deal. Comes back up again. One contract, not a huge deal. Yeah, where is it saying it's a descending fill? Oh, the 599. I was like, I don't even see it descending in there. Yeah, no, I mean, definitely an interesting piece of flow here. Let's see what else we got coming in on it. Yeah, spike in that call premium today. Yeah, this name doesn't get traded a lot, it looks like. Yeah, 1-day view. What else do we got coming in here? This was the 515. So we got the 417 also seeing a lot of volume. 60. I just gotta get used to hitting that. Remove the time filter. So, okay. IV spikes. This one, okay. Really big bid ask spread on this one. IV drops a little bit there. 20, 44, 12. Yeah, this one's a little more murky. I like the 135 that we were looking at a little bit more. But I mean, just kind of based off of what else is coming, I'd probably lean those are BTO too. I don't want to. Yeah, no, it's those unusual ones are always really, really interesting. Nobody shared the chain either. Then you also got the 320, 135 call. Little tighter split there. I just kind of want to maybe double check that one tomorrow, make sure some tomfoolery is not going on in there. And then the 130. Yeah, little move on there. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Yeah, we can take a peek at the chart too. Let's see. Nice, 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 nice. All right, let's come in here. And those were, what, 70 days out. So we'll start the weekly and work our way in. Yeah, I mean, just clean view right away. You're sitting on, looking like a little support area. We'll kind of draw this out in real time, and then kind of fix it a little bit. So we're coming out of this. This is what I'm kind of seeing off the bat. Oops. So we are breaking out of this long-term weekly demand zone here. Going back to July of 18, bounce, 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 almost a retest and we bounce, bounce, then we're bouncing again here. Man, that flow should have came in back at the 110s there. That would have been really nice. Um, let's come over here. So we did break that 20-day on the weekly. All right, I want to pop this over to the daily. Man, that is a strong candle today. I am seeing, I mean, that volume is a little lighter here. I mean, if you really, really like that flow and you could get a discounted entry, I'm going to see if I can kind of find a little, maybe a decent little spot here for you. Here. Yeah, I mean, if I was looking to play this flow, I wouldn't want to take it now, but if you could get a small pullback to the top of that kind of demand zone here, it'll bring you to that 150 or 100-day moving average there, which is top of that demand zone right there. That way, I mean, you would get a... Come on, where are you? I mean, that'd get you about a 8%. Oh, geez, I went down a little far. About a 4.5% discount there from where we are now. Again, those contracts are obviously very long term, so that will, in my eyes, would be their more of a long term thesis there. And man, we filled there, so it filled that gap here too yet today. So gap at that 120.30. So filled that, kind of looks like we're giving up a little bit. Do we have any other upside gaps here? A little unfilled one here. A teeny bit 194. I mean, that's a very long ways to go on a couple unfilled gaps up here too. Let's just kind of see if I can get a decent little looking trend line there. And it's going to be a sloppy trend line if I draw one, but we draw one from April 2024. See if I can get kind of something coming in here. We'll go up here a little bit. When you get these goofy ones here, it's not the best looking. Trying to do what we can with what we have, though. I mean, it's not the best looking trend line. I apologize, but so February 2024. I mean, 2 years ago. I mean, we've been following that downtrend and broke above it for a little bit, and now you broke above it again there. Yeah, that's the thing with trend lines. They're going to be different no matter what, person to person. It's just a small guide. Like, I'm not basing my entire trade off a line on a chart. Like, I mean, if, again, there's a massive conflict going on, the price does not care about your support level. It's going to go right through your support level. I mean, it's a line on a chart. That's it. I feel like technicals help better in kind of lower volatility time frames because algos are more likely to be trading versus people actually sitting there and, you know, dumping shares, buying shares. But yeah, that one, if you could get a small little pullback there, I like that flow. I really like that flow. It's a really unusual flow there too. I mean, that thing is absolutely beaten up too. Absolutely beaten up. Good piece of flow there. Good piece of flow. Now, I do want to show why I actually asked for that in there. So what I want to do is, so let's do, I want to read this quick here before I go on that. And I thought I get a preventative cost. Yeah, software's been getting absolutely hammered too. So, I mean, you know, at some point, might see some financial crime and compliance solutions. That's interesting. I mean, that's almost something that'd be fun to invest shares into. I mean, I don't know what their earnings look like right now, but I mean, that cyber security stuff and all the fraud going on online, I mean, those companies will have some utility. So let's do. I'm gonna pick. I just gotta pick a random stock. Let's just do. Let's do. I'm gonna. We'll just do Disney. I'm trying to think of a random stock. So what I kind of my next kind of educational video, and this is why I asked Snorlax if you could throw that ask and bid into that contract lookup, but that gamma page. So what I like to do is, oh, sorry, this gamma one. So you have all this gamma exposure by strike and expiration here. So what I've been doing now is, like, let's say we want to look at that 320 here. So this is my gamma exposure by strike here. I'm not going to spend too long on this. I just kind of want to show you guys since it's a little slower on the flow side. But that negative gamma here, that 320 expiration is seeing a lot of negative gamma. So I want to come over here. I want to look in that options chain. Well, let's look at that 320 here, and then I'm kind of just looking through here, maybe for some heavy puts, so on. So, okay, well, this name has a lot of open interest. I want to look at that open interest. Then could be some utility if you want to find some, see if there's any actionable flow on that side there to kind of go with that there. And I don't see anything here. I don't have a good example right now. I've been kind of waiting to do that, but just kind of looking at that. Thinking that purple's just telling you that volume's greater than that open interest today. But like here, so I mean, maybe that 125 puts a little interesting to you. So on. So what the part that I wanted, or why I wanted Snort, I actually add that. When I look at that gamma here, now if I want to do it by strike, okay, well I see a lot of net put or net gamma on that 100 strike there, and it looks like it's a lot of put gamma. So I want to pop open that contract lookup, and if I come and look at Disney, I can just pop in 100, and now I can easily see which is if there's more of a chain that's ask side and so on there. So like here, okay, well this one is getting 76% ask side today, but trying to see if I can see anything previously. I mean, it'll kind of get you in the right area. You're gonna have to do some digging, but I mean, like maybe this is interesting flow to you that way. I have to experiment with it a little bit more, but it's like I want to look at that 100. So I mean, at least today I can see that kind of bid ask there, and maybe something comes in today that I like. So okay, that 100 put is one that we were looking at. When did this kind of come in? Yeah, I plan on doing this video over the weekend here. I gotta get everything kind of in order before I do it. But yeah, like this, nothing there. Yeah, I'll have to spitball it over the weekend a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I kind of want to do something, I mean, where you can easily just search those. So like, okay, let's do the 115 strike here, and then we'll kind of go back to some flow. So Disney 115. So I'm just kind of looking for any heavy ask side call. So okay, this one, but it's only 15 contracts traded. I'd like to stay up to the top because those are going to be your higher volume names there. 18, so 48 maybe. Nothing really there, but you can see that entire chain that way too. I wonder if there's a way if I can go in through that option. I wish that option chain had a strike type thing where it would show you that. Well, I suppose it does if you come in here, so let me go back here. Where's my gamma? Gamma, so we're going to do the 115 strike. So 115. So, I mean, the only issue is you have to kind of go through each date in here. Wonder what this is. Nope. I haven't really messed around with this too much. Tabs. I mean, I suppose you could come in here and look too. 115 there. Yeah, it'd be cool if there's a way to kind of search this by strike, so I don't think that price tag. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, I don't know what that did. I'll have to mess around with it a little bit more. I haven't spent too much time on this, but I would like to do that video because it'd be a cool little video to easily kind of maybe find some names with that highest gamma there. So, okay, well, anyways, that was a quick little spitball. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, we're just kind of chopping up here right now on Periscope again. Long calls at that 68.40, and then you got some short calls at 68.35. Long calls here, some long calls there, and then short puts here. I'm guessing we just kind of chop within this range the rest of the day. How's our tide looking? Still bid side on the premiums again. Kind of talked about that at the beginning of the video or the stream. Just kind of choppy here. Didn't really see much coming on premiums. I mean, everything's just kind of below. Again, I want to see if that SPY premium changed at all. Yeah, I mean, that SPY call premium is just really, really elevated. And I mean, looking at the last, let's do 30 days. Highest day of net call premium over the last 30 sessions. That is something to keep an eye on there. I wonder if somebody is just expecting something there. What do we got kind of coming in here? Let's see. Calls. We'll do calls. Get rid of 0 days. Just trying to see if there's a big order in here somewhere. 680. Yeah, a little too much in there. See if there's anything like opening type. Yeah, that's the only. Ooh, it's a long dated one. A big multi-leg though. Yeah, I mean, it's heavy premium. How about put premium? Let's just throw puts on too. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not really seeing anything major sticking out. SPY's so hard to kind of find a singular whale to see if anything hit my ETF though for it. Yeah, just a lot of puts here. I haven't really seen much for call action. Yeah, that's something interesting is going on there. Something interesting for sure. All right, let's see what else we got for flow coming in. Team, probably a block trade here. I'm sure we won't probably get any good context on this. Let's see what we can though. Yeah, a little. I mean, small IV spike on that one when it comes in. Just not a super good fill here. I mean, looks like the same time, probably the same whale. I mean, 890 contracts makes sense to me. I did see, let me see if I can go find that here too. Oops, if I could type. There was a massive amount, 100,000 contracts coming in here on the 575 and the 115 Microsoft plays here. These are really I mean, 40% out of the money. The other one was like 53% out of the money. This is massive size, but there was. Let's go down here and find it. I mean, that IV kind of decreases on this one, and it's not an at the ask fill. it's definitely something that's interesting to me. I mean, that's massive size. They're 50K on that one, and then the other one's 100K there. 100,000 on those. I mean, maybe a quick little pop there, but I mean, nothing worth. I mean, 55% out of the money in 300 days out. Pretty optimistic there. And this one, really no context with this one. You don't have anything coming before it. Nothing super interesting really after it. And this one also filling at that 505. This is almost more of a midfill. The volume is what caught my eye on this one, so it's definitely interesting from a volume standpoint, but I mean, that far out of the money. Again, a lot can happen in a year, though. A lot can happen in a year, but I feel like you could put money in a different spot and make money quicker than kind of betting on something like that. Interesting size, so that's definitely what caught my eye. Let's look at the Nvidia puts here. The 3.6, 167.5. A lot of volume on the day. We'll see if we can actually pick something out of this. So that 58 there. Some volume before there. Not super clean as it came in. Let's see, 1417. So Ivy spikes, spot fills at the ask. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we had another gap down tomorrow at all. I mean, a lot can happen overnight, but just not a super clear read on this one with, I mean, you got prior volume coming in here at 3,800 there. This was 47. I mean, got some other candles in here you just don't fully know there, and some previous open interest too. Let's just kind of pop it back there. I mean, you don't know what's going on there, and a lot of contracts changing hands. You can deploy your funds somewhere a little better, I'd say. How about these TSM puts? Yeah, again, another one. Just got all these little hits in here. I mean, 500, 3, 6. I mean, you're about 1,200 contracts there. That's 1,600 plus that there. I mean, you just kind of monitor that open interest in it as kind of a big multi-leg too. I mean, just a lot of junk today. A lot of junk again. A lot of Tesla calls coming in a little earlier. The 717-600 calls. Again, another very far out of the money, high multi-leg one. Probably not the best looking flow. You can find something better than that. And look at it for the fun of it, though. Yeah, so here's your multi-leg. Let's just see what it's telling us it potentially is. Unlimited loss, unlimited leg. So yeah, they're just... So it's actually a bearish trade, it looks like there. Yeah, I stay away from the multi-legs. There's just a lot going on there. I prefer the single legs. Flow already is risky taking it. Then when you add in multi-legs, you add in a whole nother level there too. But these Roblox puts at the money, big spike in put premium here. These could be interesting. Definitely opening volume. 1,000 contracts coming in. No open interest. Definitely an opener. 67.99. So a small little drop in that IV here at the end. That's due to this though, and it looks like that bid ask widened technically there. I would probably lean these are buy to open here. Do we have anything else coming in on these? Yeah, big put. Yeah, I don't see any call participation, so that kind of helps a little bit. Yeah, I mean, big spike in put premium here. I would probably lean these are BTO. 30 days. See what else we got coming in. So 107-day out ones, 50. Oh, these are deep in the money. Okay, I need to not look at that. They're all deep in the money calls coming in. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, you just kind of, it's a lot of calls, but I'm looking at that premium as well, too, not heavy premium. I would probably lean that these are BTO, I mean, with everything kind of going on. Yeah, don't overlap earnings either. Yeah, I'd probably lean those are BTO. Just kind of, I wish I had some flow before it so I can kind of see how that IV reacted when that flow came in, but getting gotta kind of work with what we're given, and that one, I mean, that's murky flow there to me, but probably BTO. Who knows? All right, what else do we got coming in? Oh, hey, there's those dinos actually. Yeah, that's definitely interesting. Those target calls from earlier did good at open. And this, I mean, Target was already up 3% this morning after earnings, and just kind of looking at it too. I mean, looked good when it came in. It's just a lot going on, and you're 8 minutes into the day, so kind of risky to hop on something that's already up that much. And that bid-ask spread too, really horrendous bid-ask spread on that one. I mean, it's about 35 cents from the bid, and then you got 21 cents from the ask there. So I mean, a little risky there with that wider bid-ask spread. If it was a little tighter there too, probably a little easier to read. But yeah, not a whole lot going on there. All right, any other flow coming in bid side? Yeah, just nothing super good in there either. A lot of silver puts coming in too. Oof. Yeah, it's and I that's what I expected. I mean, the first hour of the day, or half hour of the day, this is what my feed. Oh, sorry, it's my ETF. That was actually getting hit. I mean, the first half hour of the day here, this was my feed. It was a lot of hands off this morning, which I totally understandable. Wow, he's actually moved kind of nicely. 809, 11. It's just, I mean, a lot of that flow, and I like to typically kind of let the market settle maybe 10, 15 minutes just to let everything kind of settle and let IV drop a little bit, because you don't always get that clean read that quick at open, especially after a 2% gap down. It's nice to kind of let the market settle in a little bit, kind of get an eye at that market tide, see how that's moving. Microsoft, yeah, we got some weeklies coming in. Again, another one that you would have to double check that open interest. It's at 268, and then looks like you had that, and that's when we got triggered with the volume greater than open interest here. Probably some profit taking. Too much noise on this one. Too much noise. Big multi-leg percent too. Big spike in put premium here. Curious to see what that tide's doing right now. Yeah, just sitting flat. I mean, it's a choppy end of the day. How's Periscope looking? Yeah, I mean, we're just chopping between those positive gamma. Yep, that's probably one of the best images drawn ever. I mean, it's not all volume is the same. I mean, perfect example. This volume, too much noise, and then you look at something like the targets from okay, well that's not a super good example. How about those IRENs from earlier, because those were clean. I mean, not all, yeah, again, not all volumes the same. Very clean entry, can easily see it, you don't see much around it, and then you look at something like, I'm just trying to see if I can find something small. How about, nope. How about the AMDs? Nope. My filters are so good they don't like to pick up that crappy flow. You get the idea though. Like very clean looking flow, can easily identify it versus let's versus like the Amazon. Nope. God, my filters just weed out all the bad flow, I guess. Just trying to find some bad flow in here. Google puts. Nope. Okay, well, you guys got the idea. Got the idea. I'll just do this. Nope. God, I can't click. So I mean, yeah, here's your example. Not all flow looking good in here then. I mean, too much noise. Too much noise. Versus the very clean entry. Even that Microsoft, oh, that's the one we were just looking at. Jeez. I need it to be Friday. But yeah, I mean, yeah, those Microsofts are really interesting. That is heavy size. I wonder if they're short calls that far out. But I mean, so much time on those, it's hard to know. Or anything else interesting coming in? We got a couple minutes left. Yeah, just chopping along here. And we're accelerating through that negative gamma here now. I wonder if we're going to stop at that 6,800 though, because that is a lot of short puts there. They'll want to keep that price above that. We'll see though, and you got a little positive gamma at that 67.95. If we do get there, we'll see it's accelerating through that. I mean, a lot of short puts at this level. Short puts and short calls. I mean, I wouldn't surprise me to see us potentially get a little bounce here into close. I don't know what MOC is right now, but again, I don't typically trade this the last 10 minutes. I would just kind of keep an eye on it. Yeah, holdings, bid side. Yeah, just not seeing a lot of participation in puts coming in here either. I mean, puts are just tailing off, calls staying up here. I'm watching this level because it's a lot of short puts in here. A lot of short puts and short calls, so they'll want price to expire above that. And getting our little bounce right now. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we came back up to that 68.20. So that's a big chunk of positioning there. Hey, look at that. We're finally getting a move on live stream for once there. How's tomorrow's volume look? Let's see. Ew, messy. Messy, messy, messy. Ugh. Yeah, a lot of long puts down here still for tomorrow's expiration. Got some really long calls up here too. Yeah, we'll have to. Tomorrow will be another interesting day for sure. But yeah, I want to see if we come back up to that 68.20, and I mean they want those calls and puts to essentially expire worthless, so that would make some sense here. Yeah, I'm thinking we just kind of chop between this positive and negative gamma here, possibly. Again, 5 minutes left in the day. We will see. Then you got some more short puts up here. That bar just flipped negative after positive. Yeah, keep an eye on that 68.20 here. You got so many short puts and calls right here. I don't think market makers are going to want to see those in the money. We'll see. Just seems like it's going to chop kind of between the 68.20 and 68.15 though. Now watch, we'll just knife down. Alright, we'll come back and take a peek in a minute or two. Anything else hitting the feed? No. No flinching in the tide. Call premium's still ticking up too. That is. Yeah, I mean that call premium still. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see much more downside today. I'm thinking it's just going to be this kind of choppy finish. I mean, that call premium's just climbing, climbing. That Market Tide just not flinching. I mean, SPY is 119 million for that net premium there. Getting a little movement here. 3 minutes to go, though. Just sit and wait. That's the name of the game. I want to see us come up here and finish a little bit. I mean, that positive gamma slightly grew there a little bit. Yeah, I think we're going to get that choppy finish. I mean, as long as these expire out of the money, the market makers are happy there. I mean, then you got long calls and puts down here too, but so late in the day, it doesn't really matter what hit. AXP long dated. Just waiting to see. I mean, just chopping. We've been watching this. I mean, said it was going to chop between this, and we are getting that chop. AMD, a small little whale here. We'll take a quick peek at it. 9% out of the money, 4%. Little dip in that put premium there. Still a lot of negative volume though. Let's see, I need to. So IV spikes when that comes in. Spot is filling at the ask. I mean, I would lean these being buys here. Would lean these are buy to open here, 55.13. Yeah, I would lean those are buy to open. Let's just see where we're finishing. Yeah, I mean, we're just finishing between that right here. So, I mean, market makers happy with those expiring out of the money here. I mean, 2 minutes left, though. 2 minutes left. I can't count the chickens yet. Yeah, just not seeing a flinch in that tide at all. But that call premium on SPY just climbing. Heard a dang gold puts coming in. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to have a big fireworks show for MOC here. And I didn't see the numbers either for that. Alright, what do we got? 10 seconds here. Yeah, we're just finishing right up here. Yep, so short puts, short calls, those premium collected, market makers happy there. We're finishing, I mean, right almost at that 68.20. But all right, there's our finish. So yeah, kind of a quieter finish there, but all right, everybody, thank you for hanging out, and yeah, we'll be back at it tomorrow. So have a great evening, and I will see everybody tomorrow.